This is Jake Lake, named after my nephew Jacob, the kid whose brilliant idea was to build a koi pond in my parents' backyard. Today, it's a custom 15 by 10 foot pond surrounded by gardens, boulders, and winding stone paths. It's home to nearly 20 different species of koi, goldfish, catfish, bass, minnows, tadpoles, and whatever else has decided to move in. Not bad for our first pond, but it didn't always look like this. Actually, it didn't look like anything. Because every great project starts the same way. With one terrible idea. For the past couple of years, Jake had become completely obsessed with fishing. He even dragged me along to one of his favorite local lakes. So naturally, one day he decided I should just have my own lake. He asked my parents if he could build a pond in their backyard. The first question was the obvious one. Do you have any idea how to build a pond? Jake confidently explained that one of his friends had done it before, so obviously, they'd figure it out. Against all better judgment, my parents said yes, as long as it stayed in one corner of the yard, and nowhere near the underground plumbing. A few days later, Jake recruited a handful of his high school friends. After school, they grabbed shovels and dug until it got dark. Hours of sweat, hundreds of shovel loads, one enormous hole. When they finally finished, they threw a cheap tarp over it, filled it with water, and proudly declared victory. Ta-da! Honestly, it was something. That also happened to be the last day any of his friends ever worked on the pond. But Jake wasn't finished. Not even close. Like any modern teenager, he turned to AI, generated a concept idea, sketched out possible features, and started building. Little by little, he bought a fountain filter, added a couple catfish, then some goldfish, a perch, a bass. Anything that could survive in the pond eventually found its way in. Whenever the filter clogged, he cleaned it. Whenever something broke, he fixed it. Eventually, my brother and my dad joined in to help with the maintenance and landscaping. When I finally saw the pond for the first time, this was it. Bit of a fixer-upper, but I'm an optimist, and I saw potential. Being the artist of the family, that's all I could see. Potential. I never built a pond, never landscaped, never touched a water feature in my life. But I do know composition. I know shape. I know color. Balance. And I knew my family deserved something more than just a functional hole full of water. So we started researching. Hours of YouTube, forums, garden centers, AI concept images, Photoshop mock-ups. I even designed multiple versions before we touched a shovel. Here's what we started with. And here's where I hoped we could take it. I'll admit, I was completely invested into this project. First thing we tackled was the hole itself. We re-leveled everything, squared off the edges, added planting shelves around two sides, and extended the pond another 3 feet. Already, it looked intentional. Next came plants, then pavers, then rocks. And not just any rocks, the kind you find in the woods. Apparently, once you start building a pond, you become strangely obsessed with large rocks. Then my brother decided every pond needs a superstar, a headliner, a marquee attraction. So we visited a local koi farm. Jake picked out our first large koi, and we named her Koi Laroi. Because, of course we did. The pond was finally starting to come together. Water stayed clear, fish looked healthy, everything worked. But visually, it still wasn't there for me. One problem became immediately obvious. We had committed the original sin of pond building, built it on a hill. So we leaned into it, covered everything with landscape fabric and edging, built stone steps, added retaining walls, installed a stone pathway, created flower beds. Slowly, everything started to come together. Then we hit another problem. The fountain filter couldn't keep up. So my brother suggested building a bog filter. Started with a 40-gallon storage tote from Walmart. Filled it with rock, filter media, and bioballs. It actually worked for a while, until it started leaking. So naturally, instead of giving up, we made it bigger, much bigger. We upgraded to a heavy-duty 120-gallon container, and after plenty of trial and error, turned it into a functioning waterfall. Then came the Jersey summer. No shade, no tree cover, just relentless heat. We didn't want the fish cooking in direct sunlight, or becoming lunch for hawks we kept seeing overhead. So we installed a large mesh canopy. The fish stayed cooler, the predators stayed disappointed. Everybody won. Except the hawks. Then something unbelievable happened. One morning, my dad noticed tiny fish everywhere, thousands of them. We were convinced Koi Laroi had given birth. Were we about to become koi breeders? Was this the beginning of our koi empire? Should we just quit our jobs? We even rescued a handful of babies and moved them into an indoor tank. Then reality arrived. One morning, my dad caught the minnows, let's just say, making more minnows, right underneath one of the rocks. Turns out they weren't baby koi. Our dreams of becoming koi entrepreneurs were officially over. On the bright side, Jake learned what the phrase hanky-panky means. So, educational. Meanwhile, the pond kept evolving. Tadpoles became froglets. Froglets became frogs. Very loud frogs. Chipmunks and squirrels started visiting. Rabbits, birds, dragonflies. Without even realizing it, Jake hadn't just built a pond. He had built an ecosystem. Looking back on it, my favorite part wasn't building the waterfall. It wasn't the koi, not the landscaping. It was watching one kid's crazy idea slowly pull our entire family into the same project. Every weekend, someone found something new to improve. Every problem became another excuse to spend time together. Somewhere along the way, it stopped being Jake's pond. It became everyone's. Did we build a perfect pond? Absolutely not. Would a professional have done things differently? Almost certainly. But that's never really what this was about. We learned new skills, made plenty of mistakes, developed a whole new appreciation for people who build ponds for a living. And most importantly, we built something together. Hopefully it survives the winter. Honestly, I hope it survives next week. Either way, I'd call this project a success. If you enjoyed following along, let me know what you think. What do you rate our pond? What would you do differently? Leave your suggestions in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. My name's Chaz. Thanks for watching. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy our favorite part of every morning, what we lovingly call feeding frenzy.